Y'all ready?
I hope they're ready.
Cause
I mean,
I'm
I have one,
okay. Go
but do you
ahead.
want me to go first?
Yeah, sure. Ladies first.
Okay. I think something that is important to men that women have to understand is that men 100% need respect. Men thrive off of respect.
Right.
It's amazing to me how a woman who knows how to respect her spouse is a woman that can watch a man flourish.
Yeah.
And here's one of the examples I have about that. I know a couple right now, and the
Hmm.
husband loves to grill.
Yeah.
And he has turned his love for grilling into a business.
Hmm.
He's been getting orders, but you know what his wife is always telling him? You are amazing on the grill. His wife is always telling him, I believe that you can make this a business. She's
Okay.
always supporting his business
Right.
publicly, but he has also said that she supports him privately because she's never said to him, well, that's dumb. Nobody's going to buy your
Right.
grilled food.
Hmm.
She hasn't said to him, you need to just get a regular 9 to 5 because he said one of the biggest reasons why he does well in business because she respects his hustle.
Right.
She respects what he's gifted to do.
Hmm.
And the man, let me tell you, Mark, he looks like his business really is picking up.
Listen.
And so it's amazing how you don't have to go into a marriage with a man who already has millions. It's amazing how that man will end up flourishing if you can show him consistent respect.
Respect and affirmation. I mean, it goes hand in hand because because she's praising him so much
Mm-hmm.
about the fact that he's good on the grill and all
Yeah.
that, that makes him grill more. You want to see your husband, your man, do more of whatever he's doing? Tell him he's good at it,
Yeah.
even if he's not so good at it. Be like, wow, babe, like when you make
Mm-hmm.
this chicken is
But
excellent.
it's probably making his skills come up because now he's like, oh, she thinks this is good. Wait till I try it with this next sauce.
I mean,
You know,
it's the key to a man's progress
mm-hmm.
is to just simply affirm him.
Yeah.
If you can affirm him, there's nothing that he believes he can't do. He can conquer the world
Yeah.
because there's somebody that believes he can actually
So
do
would
it.
you say then that even if a man doesn't readily recognize it to be so, the majority of men do need words of affirmation, even if they don't say that's their love language?
Yeah, they're not going to say that because it's a little sensitive, and
Is it
we
sensitive to want to be affirmed?
yes, when you put it that way. So when you say affirmed, right, it sounds strong. But
Right.
when you say words of affirmation on my love language, when you put it that way, it makes it a little bit more
Okay.
sensitive. It makes it a little bit more soft.
Okay.
And because we're naturally hard,
Mm-hmm.
we're like, words of affirmation.
I
No,
don't
I'm
need
not
that.
ready to say that. But if you respect me and affirm me, those are
So if we swapped out for a man and if we swapped out words of affirmation and we put on the love languages list respect, most men are going to say that's
yeah,
my,
yeah, yeah. Because yeah, respect me.
yeah.
Like we're just bred that way. We're born that way. We have an innate
Mm-hmm.
wiring that way.
Like a
That
lion.
respect, and so we get respect by force, or we
Mm.
get respect by just natural. What am I looking for? I think sometimes as a man, we're trying to gain respect at any way or in any way that we
Mm.
can. So a lot of times, if we're not getting the respect that we want, then we're going to force our way to that place of
Now, what
respect.
is that? What do you mean by that? What does that look like to
So what it
clarify?
means is that because we're naturally strong and hard,
Mm-hmm.
um, we want to have what we want to have. And
Okay.
if we're not getting it by being docile or just being, easygoing and things like that, then we may turn up the heat a little bit to say, hey, I need respect. And you may see it come out in different ways. For
Okay.
example, you may see a man just not really be as responsive or be as present
Mm-hmm.
as you would want him to be. it's because he's wrestling with something. And maybe
Mm.
that's his way
Oh,
of saying,
wow.
I need respect. So when I say he needs it
Interesting.
by force or he's going to get it by force, it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that he's going to beat you up. It doesn't
Right.
mean that he's going to pull out weapons and things
Right.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going to force respect just
Wow.
by going into his
So
cave
silent treatment or
and
lack of
saying,
being present from a guy can actually be his way of trying to say, you're gonna respect me. And
yeah,
until you do, I'm gonna pull back.
yeah.
Wow.
Because one of the things that I was going to bring up, and
Yeah.
this kind of goes into it, that what a man needs, another thing that he needs to be in a drama free zone.
Mm.
So if there's too much drama in his environment, then he's going to pull away. He's
Wow.
going to be withdrawn. He's going to find a corner of that environment where he can just be by himself and away from the drama.
And you know what's funny about that? I could see that because I'm a female and I don't like drama. So I can only imagine how much a guy can't take it.
Right. And you don't like drama, but I
No.
think when women say they don't like drama, it's different than when a man says he doesn't like
Okay.
drama.
Because, see, for me,
Because,
drama is like you're always gossiping, or you always have an attitude when we
right,
have our girls' meetups, or you're
right.
always complaining. Like,
Yeah.
that for me is drama. Like, I don't need somebody that's always talking about somebody, that
Yeah.
always has a complaint, like, that's too much drama.
Yeah, that's drama. But for a guy,
Hmm.
drama could be, hey, we've been talking about this for too long.
Really?
That's drama. Like, okay, I get it, I understand, but why are we still talking about this?
So I can't bring up then the trip I've been wanting to take 5 million times because that's drama.
No, no, no. You can bring that up. But let's
Okay.
say we're having a discussion
Hmm.
and we're on opposite sides.
Okay.
I'll make my point, you'll make your point. Most guys will make their point, she'll make their point. We'll keep going back and forth. But if we're going too long, a woman may say, this isn't drama zone. But a
Right.
guy will say, we've been on this for too long. I already made my point. Now it's getting into drama.
Oh,
And
wow.
drama is what we don't like,
Okay.
right? We want to be in those cool, calm, safe environments. And when
Hmm.
it gets turned up too much, then we say, this is drama. We don't like it. And I
Wow.
think and this is very interesting, Jen, because as a female, you're like, we don't like drama.
Yeah.
But that is probably a different definition of
I
drama
think so.
than what a guy says
Hmm.
drama is.
Yeah.
Because we don't like drama either.
Yeah.
But I do believe that women don't understand what a guy means when he says, I don't like drama.
Mm.
So, a big thing for a guy, especially a man, a husband, a father, is the house has to be his safe zone.
Yeah.
So drama could simply be that every time I come home, my wife is on me about the same thing.
Yeah.
And she's on me about the same thing, not necessarily in a harsh way,
Yeah.
but I know when I walk through that door, she's going to bring it
So
up.
even if it's something as simple as, let's say this is a light example, but it could be something as simple as you need to change the doorknob on the guest bedroom door, right?
Yep.
But what you're saying is if a week goes by or 2 weeks go by and now it's at a level where the wife, every literally the minute you walk in the door as a husband, you know the first thing your wife is going to say is not how was your day? Can I get you anything? How are you doing?
Yeah.
But the first thing is, why is that doorknob still not fixed?
Yep.
For a guy, that's too much.
For a guy, that's a drama zone.
Wow.
So he's going to walk into his house and not really feel like he can be safe. Also,
Hmm.
most men are really wrestling in their mind
Mm-hmm.
as to how they address those type of situations because
Mm.
naturally we can be demonstrative, we can command the room. If we get too hyped, we don't want to come on too strong,
Mm-hmm.
so we don't really express our feelings to the authentic degree that they need to be expressed
Mm.
because we're not sure our women can handle that.
Okay.
So what do? We don't say anything.
And then
We
still
retreat
sometimes don't fix the doorknob.
and we don't fix the door. And not fixing the doorknob is our way of saying hey, you told me 4 times now, so that doorknob gonna stay until I get to it.
But I mean, even in our own marriage, you've had times where you'd be like, Jay, I know you've asked me to call the people about the dishwasher,
Yeah.
and I said I was going to call. And you would say to me, you can remind me, but don't remind me every day, multiple times a day.
Yeah.
And I had to learn early in our marriage that, to be honest with you, when I used to do that, I really wasn't trying to come from a place of you have a problem and
Right.
I have a problem.
Right.
I was really coming from a place of he must have forgotten
Yeah.
because he has not called.
Yeah.
And because and so I was like, he just needs to be reminded because he's got a lot going on. But you would often say to me, I didn't forget, because we both recognize each time we go to use the dishwasher that, oh yeah, it's not. And you were like, but I told you I would handle it. But because my brain would say, but on your lunch break, just call.
Yeah. And the thing about guys is that sometimes we do forget,
Yeah.
but still, we don't want you to remind us. Listen, that's what you need to know about men. Yeah, I did forget to do it,
Mm-hmm.
but just you reminding me about it hits somewhere in my subconscious that makes me feel like I don't have it together, I don't have it
Mm.
handled. But as a man, we want everything to be handled
Yeah.
and together. So if you're constantly reminding us about it, whether we forgot about it or not, we're actually going to be not so amenable, not so complimentary to that type of situation.
So it's like, if you're gonna send the reminder, you as ladies, it's like just pick your spots,
Yeah.
because the all day, every day reminders are obviously just
And it's
popping up
about
in the
how you
same.
remind.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, some wives,
Mm-hmm.
they like got petty reminders.
Oh no.
They got like petty reminders. Like they'll remind you about it, they'll talk about it. And like we're in the same house. You don't do this,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like it'd be petty if I'm sitting right next to you and you're gonna text me the reminder.
No, I definitely don't do that.
Like that is petty. That is super petty and frustrating.
Or have it pop up on your calendar as an event.
Yeah.